Good afternoon. My name is Alena Shautsova. I'm an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. In today's video, I would like to talk to you about what an attorney can do and should do for you if you hire one for your asylum case, and specifically for your asylum case before the immigration court. I get many people coming to my office and they're telling me that they're not happy with the situation that they have right now in terms of representation that they're receiving or not receiving from the people that assisted them with filing for asylum cases. At times, unfortunately, people get bad help from individuals who call themselves paralegals. Sometimes they even call themselves attorneys, but they're not, or just people who do sloppy work and don't care. So let me make it clear here what, at least in my opinion, and opinion of my many colleagues, a lawyer who you hire for your asylum case should do for you. Well, number one, an attorney can help you and should help you to answer legal questions on Form I-589, application for asylum, withholding of removal, and relief on the Convention Against Torture. Of course, your attorney cannot help you answering questions about where you lived for the past 5 years or what you did, because those are pretty basic biographical questions. But the same form contains questions that call for legal conclusions, and here your attorney can help. For example, are you claiming asylum based on a membership in a particular social group? What is a social group in the United States is subject to interpretation. And here, a skilled and experienced attorney can help, arguing that your case falls into persecution based on a particular social group. For example, a social group of witnesses against a criminal, a social group of people belonging to LGBT community. That's something very common. But there are less common social groups, or social groups that are challenged by the United States government as being so, like a family. And here, a lawyer can help you to formulate correctly what is the social group that you claim you belong to. Another example, I claim persecution, for example, based on my political opinion. But what is political opinion, again, is not always very clear. For example, resistance and objection to corruption in your country has been recognized as political opinion, meaning that it's not necessarily only people who go protest or people in opposition to the governments. It can be different from legal point of view activity that can qualify for asylum in the United States. So this is a very important part of your application. Why it's important? Because a person in the United States usually has only 1 year from the date of entry to file for his or her asylum case, unless of course he or she will qualify for exceptions to the 1-year deadline. So once that application is filed, if you would like to make changes to it after, let's say you refer to court, and if those changes are significant, at times they will say that you're filing a new application and now you missed your 1-year deadline. So you need to be aware of that. Second thing that an attorney can help. Of course, an attorney can and should advise you as to what evidence United States is expected from you to see when you're filing your asylum claim. Legal system is different from real life. At times, a person, and very often a person says, well, I don't have anything, I cannot, nobody wants to help me. How can I prove that something happened? And here a lawyer has to sit down with you and talk about all possible sources of information that can directly or indirectly prove the facts that you're alleging in your application. At times, it may be things like letters from your family, friends, witnesses. It doesn't have to be a direct witness. A witness can be somebody with whom you shared the information at the time when the event happened, right? That's one example. At times, it can be an expert witness, somebody who can say that what you are saying and what happened to you is likely to have happened in your country, and most likely you will be subjected to the persecution in your country if you are returned back. So it's very important. Often I receive messages from people saying that they have no idea what they need to submit with the application apart from the application form and the story. Okay, so evidence are very important. An attorney, a practitioner who has experience and is practicing in the United States, is in the best position to advise you as to what needs to be collected, because there is a law in the United States that says that if evidence is available to you or should be available, you're expected to produce it. And if you are not producing it, you have to explain why not. Okay? Very short example here. Let's say you say that you were subjected to physical assault. The government would ask for medical records proving that you did seek medical help in connection with those injuries. And if you don't have those medical records, you have to be prepared to explain why you do not have those records. This is just one example. Third thing that an attorney can help you with: a lawyer's involvement at the interview stage. On the day of the interview is limited. An attorney, of course, can help you to navigate through the building, submit the extra evidence for you by giving them to the person in the front, comfort you. But at the interview, an attorney cannot testify for you. But what an attorney can do is to take notes. And those notes of your testimony and the questions by asylum officer can be very, very important for you if you get a denial or referral to court. Of course, if your case is approved, it will not matter anymore, most likely. But if there is a referral to court, you would like to know what is it that you said, what were the questions asked, and where potential challenges would be. And an attorney can take notes while you're answering questions and preserve those notes for you. You will not be able to take notes. Your interpreter will not be able to share his or her notes, because interpreters can take notes only in connection with interpretation, and then they have to destroy them pretty much. So taking notes is very important value that an attorney can bring when you take an attorney to the interview. Okay? Now, of course, an attorney can and should prepare you for the interview. And I'm not talking about giving you a phone call before your interview, saying, hey, buddy, you have an interview tomorrow. Take whatever you have, and we're going to meet tomorrow at 30 minutes prior. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not preparation. Because a thorough preparation before the interview includes going over your statement, going over potential challenges, explaining to you the setting, what to expect, how it's going to be, how long approximately the wait is going to be. Okay? From attorney's experience, an attorney can advise you as to what typical questions are going to be, how it's going to unfold. And it will help you to ease your mind, to focus on what you need to accomplish at the interview, conveying your story truthfully, not forgetting things. That's very important, because your credibility is going to be estimated, is going to be judged by the person who's never seen you before. Well, I hope they've never seen you before. And it's very important that your testimony is consistent, your testimony is truthful, and you're well prepared. Preparation is the key to any immigration interview, including asylum interview. Another and very last important thing that a lawyer can do for you and should do for you. If you come to an attorney, let's say you filed your case prior with somebody else, paralegal, person who said they're paralegal, friend, you did it yourself by taking online research, a lawyer can help you to correct the mistakes. It's very important to know that at the time of the asylum interview, this is your time to correct everything that was done not well, inaccurately before. The law allows you, gives you this opportunity to correct, to supplement your claim. And the lawyer is in the best position to do that with you, to identify the mistakes, to help you to present truthful, full, and accurate claim for your asylum. Because this is the most important part in the United States asylum system, to make sure that your claim is accurate, truthful, and full. This is what, in my perspective, and as I said, perspective of my many colleagues, a lawyer should do, okay? And not just filing the form, but usually we give our clients a checklist as to what to work on, what they should try to get. We help them to find experts for their cases, or at least we advise them that that's what you need in this particular area of your claim. It would be advisable that you have one, and that's how it should be done. You should not be left alone in the process, even though the process may take a very long time. And let me finish the video with two little notes about what an attorney unfortunately cannot do for you. What an attorney cannot do is an attorney will not know when exactly you will be called for your interview. Whoever promises you that, probably not really truthful with you, because it's not possible to know for any lawyer, private practitioner, when exactly you will be called for your interview. An attorney will not know when your work permit is going to come, especially now, unfortunately, because USCIS processing times are very, very long. Attorney cannot guarantee you the result of your application. One judge once said that even the best case has 80% chance of approval, of winning. So remember that the best case has only 80% chance of approval. So an attorney will never guarantee you the result. Whoever is telling you this is a sure way to green card in the United States, no. So this is what a lawyer in the United States should and can and cannot do for their clients when they file for asylum in the United States. And you can read more about asylum, about how to file for asylum, the evidence issue, wait times, expedition of the case on our website, www.shautsova.com. Thank you.